Hello everyone, I am Rahul Kale. I am very excited to welcome you to MN 3504 Operations Management. So this is a fully online course. We would not be meeting in person, face to face in the class. It will be delivered completely online through Canvas and through other tools. You will have my contact information. You will find that in my syllabus. And a little bit about myself. I have my undergraduate in industrial engineering, my master's in industrial management, and then PhD in logistics and transportation. And all these programs, they involved study of operations management. What excites me about operations management is really fundamental to every business operation. You would be hard pressed to find any 4-year business management degree without at least one course in operations management. So there are many definitions of operations management out there. But the simplest way to define it is creating the goods and services that businesses sell. All right. So every business out there is selling you something. So for example, if I take a flight from Jacksonville to Atlanta with Delta Airlines, they are selling me a service. They are flying me from Jacksonville to Atlanta. If I buy a laptop computer from Dell, I have bought a product, right? So everybody out there is at either selling a product or selling a service to you. And operations management is about creating those products and those services. So without operations management, a business won't have anything to sell. So the simplest definition of operations management would be that operations management is about the design, improvement, and operation of systems that create the primary products and services for every business to satisfy the customer demand. All right. So everything that you see, the major topics in our course, they are all tied to essentially either designing, operating, or improving the system. And because we are just a 3-credit course in operations, we probably would focus only on those aspects which every functional area should know, or every business major should know about operations management. So if you look at the definition, right, we are doing all this to meet the customer demand. So one of the exams would focus on how to get a feel for customer demand, and a major portion of that would be forecasting. All right, so that's going to be the main focus of one of your exams. Then once you know what the customer demand is, next what we would turn our attention to is, well, how do we create products or services to meet that demand, right? So then we'll get into the processes that actually help you to manage everything you need to manage so that you create the products and services. So the main processes here are aggregate production planning and materials requirement planning, right? So that will be the focus of one of your exams. Then finally, once you are done with those two things, the forecasting and aggregate planning and materials requirement planning, you have done everything you need to do to create a product. And now the product is there. So now before you hand the product over to a customer, you want to make sure that the product is of acceptable quality to the customer. So the next thing that comes in is to essentially make sure that the quality of the product is acceptable. So that's what we'll focus last, talking about how to manage the quality of a product and so on. And then there is going to be one brief discussion on how to manage inventories, one of the most controversial and challenging areas in operations management, right? So these are the major topics in operations management throughout your course. Your grade would be based upon a few exams, some quizzes, and some of the assignments that would be given to you through the lab, right? So your exams would make bulk of your grade. That will make 90% of your grade, and the rest 10% would be based on quizzes that you take on Canvas, and then quizzes and assignments that you take on lab. So, thanks for informing yourself about the introductory stuff, and welcome to operations management again. And I hope that you enjoy the content as much as I do. Thank you.